All right, are you ready for tip number 1? I'm Jan Bedell, the brain coach, and here's a tip for you. When your children need something productive that needs to happen and they're just kind of bored, this is a great thing to do. It's audio, stories, or books. So you want to have these recorded stories. We're going to give you a link to some resources where you can find lots of different ones to use, but something of high interest is good. They're going to listen to this audio story without anything that they look at. So they're just working on their auditory processing when they do this. If you're not familiar with that term, auditory processing is your short-term memory. And so when you practice lots of listening, like with audiobooks, then you develop your auditory processing, that short-term memory. It has tremendous other benefits as well, like helping with your imagination. You know, when they watch a video, it's all there for them, so they're not using their imagination. But when they're listening, they make those pictures in their head. And also, they're really getting good input about creative writing. So they're hearing good literature put forth so that they can emulate that later on. When they're doing this listening, it really helps with their comprehension as well, because they're holding more pieces of things together. So when they read something or when they hear instructions like something that you want them to do, they can hold more pieces together when they practice this listening. That's part of that short-term memory that I talked about, the auditory processing. So I want you to do a little bit more in-depth research, dig into this a little bit more, because it really affects everything a child does. It affects their comprehension, their ability to follow directions, stay on task. And some of those things are on the checklist for labels that we're giving our children more recently. So look at that. It also affects your ability to use phonics. And so if they're having some trouble reading, then you want to look at what more the root cause is. That's kind of what we do here, is if the child is having a struggle somewhere, where is the glitch that's causing that issue? So stay tuned to this channel for more on auditory processing, and there's one that's already in the videos that you can watch right now, which is the best kept secret in education, auditory processing. Check it out. Oh, don't forget, be sure to subscribe to the channel so that you get the notifications about these great Brain Coach tips.